Wait, is that it? You don't hear me? What? Wait, listen to me. When I talk, you listen. Now look, you need to grow a pair, okay? You need to man up because I don't know what's wrong with you, okay? And I don't even like your mama. I don't like you. I don't like your children. What kind of man are you? You need to grow a pair, like for real. Why you walk away from me? What's wrong with you? You need to get another job because for some reason what you're doing, it just ain't providing for me, okay? You got issues. You need to get it together. I'm bringing the money in, and I'm tired about the fact that you can't even seem to give me enough sex. You got a problem wrong with you.
I'm tired and get sick of you. Keep on hitting me. What I say about that, huh? What I say about you? You want to hit me, huh?
No.
Hit me. Get sick of you.
Today we're addressing a very heart-wrenching issue, which is relational abuse.
And we're shedding some light on a very serious, critical issue. It's prevalent all throughout the United States and worldwide. Domestic violence is not only in non-religious households, but also in religious households. According to the Department of Justice, 25% of women have been abused, and there are 960,000 incidents of domestic violence recorded each year in the United States.
And also on that same statistical reference, 6 million children per year witness domestic violence. And then we ask ourselves questions like, what's wrong with the generation and why are children acting out in school? Many times their home is so dysfunctional that in school their behavior is just a window of their circumstances at home. They don't have an example. They don't have peace. They don't have a normal household. They have dysfunction. And so children also many times are affected by seeing or being a part of domestic violence.
First of all, abuse is never, ever, ever justified.
Never.
Whether it's verbal or physical. And sometimes verbal abuse can be just as destructive and damaging as physical abuse.
Very much so.
And don't settle for relationships like that. Any man or any woman, you're worth more and more valuable than to settle for a relationship where you're physically or verbally abused.
You're worth more than getting punched, beat, kicked, dragged, lied to, cheated on, cursed out. All those things are unhealthy. Not just for you, but especially if you have children around that can see these things. You have to know your worth. 2 characteristics of not knowing your worth is you settle and you tolerate. Never settle for a relationship like this, and never tolerate a relationship like that.
Yeah.
What you allow will always continue.
Women, you should never provoke your husband or your mate. It's very important that you understand that men have serious egos. They're very fragile, and you can't just handle them any type of way. I mean, the sarcasm, put downs, belittling, insults, that's never necessary, and you should never succumb to that point in your marriage.
And brothers, don't get it twisted. Just because we are the man and we're the leader and we're the head, that does not give us permission to turn our relationship into a dictatorship. Relationships, especially marriage, should be a unified romantic bond, a covenant with your lover, your best friend, not somebody that is your punching bag or somebody that you hurl insults to or somebody that you are just a dictator in a relationship. That is very unhealthy. That is not the purpose of a relationship. And I highly advise, if you're in a relationship where you're being physically abused, seek help or get out, because many times that's your life that's at stake.
Yes.
There are tons of stories about people who have gotten murdered in relationships like that. It's nothing to play with.
And women, I want you to be very, very cautious of men with anger issues. As we said in the previous Redefined episode, anger is one letter short of danger. Warning, sign. And don't be deceived by what a man drives, what kind of job he has,
For real.
or how good he looks, okay? Because if he has anger issues, that can lead to violence.
Usually people who have anger problems, when they're upset, get violent.
Yes.
Rather it's on your face or punching a hole in the wall, all those are signs this person could obviously turn violent in the right situation. And I understand that some women themselves can get violent. But for the most part, women are usually provoked, pushed, cheated on, lied on. Something in their lives has them to where they're responding in that way, or they're just flat out crazy. Just a flat out crazy woman. But for the most part, that's not even in a woman's DNA or her genetic makeup to be violent. Men are more aggressive, competitive, barbaric, not a woman. So if there's a lady that's aggressive, we need some serious help. We highly recommend healthy relationships, control of self, and if you are in an unhealthy relationship, please get out or seek help, because this means that your life in itself is in danger. Until we meet next week, we are Redefined
Where we are redefining relationships righteously.
righteously.